Welcome back. Hope everyone have a good lunch or breakfast or dinner, wherever you are. My name is Troy Koo. I'm a technical information specialist with the Drug Registration and Listing Branch within the Office of Compliance. By the end of this session, the attendees should be able to create a listing SBL, enumerate data element required for the drug listing, explain the timing for initial drug listing to FDA. So drug listing, who have to do it? Basically, if you are required to register, then you are required to list your drug products under 21 CFR 207.41. There are very few exceptions to that. If you are a contract manufacturer or the CMO, you must list under your own label code. With regard in the CMO to the manufacturer for private label distributor, such as Walgreens, CVS, they don't participate in manufacturing process and they are exempt from registration. CMO who make drugs for them will have to list under CMO label code, and then they also have to list under the PLD label code. However, PLD may elect to list on their own as an authorized agent for the CMO. So what listing information must the registrant submit? For the manufacturer, each registrant must provide a listing information for each drug is manufactured for commercial distribution under 21 CFR 207.49. Repackagers per 21 CFR 207.53, the NDC assigned to each finished drug received by the registrant for the repack or relabeling with the exemption of medical gases. Each such NDC must be associated with the corresponding NDC for the repack or relabeling drugs, also known as a source NDC. Salvagers, a registrant who perform only salvaging with respect to the drug must provide the lot number and the expiration date of the salvage drug product under 21 CFR 207.54. So when the drug listing have to happen? Initially, drug listing have to be submitted within 3 days of the initial registration per 21 CFR 207.45. Any update have to be done every June and December. However, there is no need to wait to submit an update. In fact, we encourage firms to update as soon as possible under 21 CFR 207.57. Lastly, with regard to your annual listing certification and update to your drug listing SBL, certify to your listing for the next calendar year. For example, if you make an update to your drug listing today, then you don't need to recertify your listing for 2024 per 21 CFR 207.57. And now I will start the live demonstration on how to submit a drug listing SBL using CDER Direct. Before we start, I just want to make sure that you have a label code and the registration information is ready. Okay, without any of those information, you won't be able to go far. So let's get started. So I'm going to log in to CDER Direct. Oh, that's not good. All right, let's try it again. Okay, so now that we're in on the left-hand side, you can see there's other type of submission. Before listing, we're going to select drug listing and certification. And then we're going to select create new upload file. So as you can see, there are two options here. One to create a new listing and the other one to import existing drug listing. If you have a file that you would like to upload, this would be the option that you want to select, okay? But for this demonstration, I'm going to create a new drug listing. And then for the document type, you can see there are other submission type that you can select. So I'm going to select the human prescription drugs, and I'm going to select continue. Next, we have a header details. So in this section, as you can see, everything is having pre-populated for you, so you don't need to do anything unless you want to change the effect date, okay? Otherwise, you can leave it blank. Next, label of detail, okay? Um, Here you will include the label name and label done um, of whoever marketing this drug, okay? So let's say I'm gonna call as CDER LLC, and then I'm gonna make up a label of done number here, okay? And then next, the registrant detail. Notice that this section is not required, but if you are a contract manufacturer and you are listing on behalf of the PLD, then you would put the information here. But since this is not required, so I'm just going to leave it blank. In the next section, we have either add products or establishment. Okay, you can do either one. Doesn't matter which one you want to do first. So I'm going to select establishment first because it's quicker for me. The product a little longer. So to add the establishment, you just click on add establishment here, and then you have to fill in the blank in here. So the establishment name, let's say workshop, and then the establishment done before. Okay, so if you want to keep this business relationship information confidential, you can select this confidential box here. Otherwise, you can leave it blank. Okay, and then under the business operation, let's say this workshop is a manufacturer or whatever. It can be a repacker, whatever. Then you will select one of the option in here. So I'm going to select manufacturer, and then I'm going to provide a product NDC. So I'm just going to make one up here. Now that I have filled everything out, I can click on the Say Supplement. And now you can see under establishment, I have a workshop. If you have one or more establishment that involved in the process, you can add all of them in the establishment by follow the same step. Okay. Next, it's going to be products. So to add a product, you click on Add Product. Okay, under the product data elements, okay, you have to provide the product NDC number. So again, I'm going to make one up here. 1, 2, 3, and then proprietary name. Let's call it ibuprofen. And then suffix. I'm just going to leave that blank. Non-proprietary name. Again, the same. And then the DEA schedule. This is not a DEA schedule product, so I'm just gonna leave that blank. But if yours is a DEA scheduler, then you will have to select one of the option in here. Okay. And for the dosage form, I'm gonna select tablet. And source indices. So since I'm a manufacturer, I'm not a repacker, so I don't have to provide source NDC. If you're a repacker, you have to provide a source NDC, and this is where you will enter it. Okay. And then the route administration is gonna be oral. Okay. And then next, marketing detail. So marketing status, you want to select active. Active meaning that you are marketing this product. Complete meaning you're delisting it. So I'm gonna, for this demonstration, we want to select active. And then you have to provide when is the product going on the market. What's going on today? Okay, next is a marketing category. Marketing category is what you authorize for marketing this drug. Okay, so let's say I submit a prescription for this drug, so I'm going to select and uh, and then you have to provide the application number here. Okay, and that's it for the marketing category. Okay, moving on to the next section. It is ingredient. So in the red box, add ingredients. So here you can add all the ingredients that are associated with this drug. Okay. So for the type, there are several options here. If you're not sure which one to select, you can download. There's a file called OTC active ingredient spreadsheet that posted on the OTC website. You can download them and then you can look it up. I have the hyperlink under my helpful resources after this. So for this one, I will select active ingredient. Active is basic of the strength, and then the ingredient unit name is going to be ibuprofen. So you have to select it from the list. You can't just type it in, okay? So the active moiety is going to be the same. And then numerator strings, let's say, I don't know, 800. And the unit of measure is going to be mg. And then denominator strength is going to be 1. So there's going to be a string conversion section later on if you're not sure how to convert them, okay? 1. Then say the ingredient. Now that you can see the ibuprofen has been added as one of the ingredients. So if you have multiple ingredients, you just follow the same process and then add all the ingredients. But do keep in mind that for the active ingredient, you do not need to provide the strength. Okay, you can leave that blank. Next, it's going to be product image. If you have the image of the product, this is where you would upload. Okay, this is not where you can upload the 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 content label for the content of label. Okay, read the little important note right here. Okay, since I don't have one, so I'm just going to skip this. And then next, characteristics, I do need to add this. So, but you have to add one by one. So let's add the first one. Uh, so the color is going to be white. Save. And then you add another one. Imprint's going to be, I don't know, 18. And then score. So if you don't know what 1, 2, and 3 mean, you can toggle to the left here and click on this, and it'll tell you what it means 1, 2, and 3. So for this one, I'm going to select 1, which is no scores. Save. And then add one. And the shapes. Okay, it's going to be capsule. And then one more. The size. So I'm going to say 18. Save. And that's it. You're done with the characteristic section. Next, it's going to be adding the packaging. So click on Add Package. So you have to provide the packet NDC code, okay? So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Have to be a 10 digits. And then the packet type, it's going to be bottle. Let's just say it's going to be about 30. The unit of measure is going to be 1. So make sure the unit of measure have to be the same as the unit of measure with your um, denominator unit of measure. And for combination type, you can see there's a few options here. So this is not a combination product, so I will select type 0. And then again, marketing status have to be active. Marketing start date is the day that this packet is going to be on the market. You can change the date if you like. Otherwise, you can leave it and then say packet. And there you go. Now I have 1 packet added. If you have a second packet that you would like to add, you will follow the same step, okay? And then assign a different package code. Okay, so the last part is the content of labeling. So let me say this first. And then click on the content of labeling right here. So unfortunately, there's no way for you to add a content as a single PDF file. You have to add it by each section. So just follow the packet listing that you have and then add it section by section. Let me show you how to add a section here. So you click on Add Section, and then under the section type, these are all the sections available for you to select, okay? So let's see. Let's do a warning section here, and then you provide the effect date, which is 12, and then you can enter the text here or in the title or the content. Then once you're done, hit save. Now you have 1 section added. So to upload the content label, this is how you do it. Again, click on the S section, and then in the section type, you want to select the package label principal display panel, and then effect days. Again, it's going to be today. And then first, you have to choose the file that you want to upload. Okay. So I have 1, open, and then upload. Now that your file is uploaded, next you're going to have to reference to the section. Okay. To do that, you will put the cursor right in here, and then select this little icon here, insert an image, and then select the file, and then give it a name, whatever name that you want it to call, and it'll hit OK. There you go. That's how you reference the cotton label. And then after that, make sure you hit the Save section, okay? There you go. Now you have 2 sections. You can view the cotton label by clicking this arrow. So as I had mentioned before, you can continue to fill out the content of labeling section by section until you're done. And then when you're done, just hit return. So now back to the main menu, you have the option to save as a draft or save and validate, which is I highly recommend it, because when you use this option here, what it does is it will go and check to see if you have any error. But remember one thing, okay? When you choose this option, say and validate, doesn't mean that you have submitted the SBIA to FDA, okay? It means that the submission is still on your local repository, okay? So when you're ready, if you come back without any errors, then you can go ahead and select the submit SBL. If you come back with an error, then you will click on the error and see what it is and fix it, okay? For this demonstration, I will not select any of these because I know I will get an error. That said, this concludes the live demonstration portion for this listing SBL. In summary, drug listings is important in many aspects. Listing allow FDA to maintain the inventory of all drugs commercially distributed in the U.S., and this information is used by public and other institutes. It is important to have a standard operation procedure or system in place to verify the accuracy of listing at least twice a year. One of our drug priority as a group is to have a complete and accurate data, and we need your help to obtain that information. Next, I would like to go over some do and don't related to the drug listing. Registrant must list all the drugs they manufacture. Pre-check listing at minimum every June and December for accuracy. Private label distributors, or PLDs, may list their own drugs, but make sure to use your own label code when listing your products. Include the complete supply chain under establishments. Also, inactive ingredients are now a required in the drug listing. Please do not submit drug listing for non-drug with CDER. Also, don't make assumptions. Make sure you have a complete, accurate information on the drug before submitting your drug listing. Don't omit data to pass automated validations. Don't include multiple email addresses when you request for assistance. It will only delay your request. In brief, the goal of this presentation is to help registrants submit accurate, compliant product listings. Accurate listings facilitate compliant and efficient engagement with FDA. Here are some of the helpful resources: electronic drug registration and listing instructions, strength conversion and drug listing, OTC active ingredients, electronic code or federal regulations, and our email address if you need any assistance. Last but not least, challenge questions. Challenge question number 1. A product listing can be listed with or without label code, true or false. Please take a moment to consider which answer is correct. If your answer is false, you are correct. You must have a label code for your product listing. Challenge question number 2. You must provide an active established information in product listing, true or false. Please take a moment to consider which answer is correct. If your answer is true, you are correct. The manufacturer must be active in order for you to use in your listing SBL. Challenge question number 3. There is no limit to how many products you can submit within the same SBL file, true or false. Please take a moment to consider which answer is correct. The correct answer is true. There's no limit to how many products you can submit within the same SBL file, as long as you're using the same label code. This concludes my portion of presentation. Thank you.